all prison officers are scumbags. You know, people use the tar and brush everyone the same. This is how we roll at HMP Wandsworth. People who work there, sick to their stomachs. Sick to their stomachs. Ridicule. So we have a new government and a new prison minister. Somebody who's in charge of the prisons needs to be there for a long time. I don't know how long Mr. Timpson is going to be there. His qualifications for me are pretty good. In that, as a company, Timpsons have employed ex-cons, ex-prisoners. Give them a chance, give them some purpose. When I lived in Walkden, Manchester, there was a young man, checkered past, working at Timpsons. Saw him regular, doing all right. Give him purpose. We all need a purpose in life. So he's qualified, but what is the number one issue straight away with the new government? It's overcrowding. It's not, it's staffing. It's staffing, but we'll talk about overcrowding. So we're going to let people out 40% or 43% of the way through their sentence. So if they're due out at 50%, you know, they've got 8 years and due out at 4, we're going to let them out a bit earlier. We're not looking at risk though. So them that does the worst harm to children in a group, playing them with things, corrupting them, ruining their lives, are going to be getting out early. It should be about risk. If you're low risk, you can walk out now for me. No problem. I don't need probation to look after you, whatever. Pat on head, you've been given a bit of a squeeze, get on with your life. But no, it's everybody en masse. So these people serving half their sentence who really should be serving the full sentence, plus them parole, and if you haven't changed, spending more time at Her Majesty's pleasure, are going to be getting out as well. So let's look at staffing. The Wandsworth thing, the last first. Vetting. Was she vetted? Are we vetting anyone? OnlyFans, nothing against that. Swinger on social media, again, no problem. If you want to promote yourself, though, love, you know, there's better ways of doing it than making porn movies in HMP Wandsworth. And the lad involved, no charges against him. I bet people are absolutely raging. They're absolutely raging. He's been caught in a cell, his mate's having a smoke, mobile phone, probably a PlayStation. Yeah, brings the whole holiday camp vibe back to prisons, doesn't it? It gives the wrong impression, me, because it ain't no holiday camp, and the people working there would confirm that. Horrendous. So victims of crime, they've seen that prison's too easy. It's not a punishment. This is how we roll at HMP Wandsworth. People who work there, sick to their stomachs. Sick to their stomachs. Ridicule. What do you do? You know, people have mortgages and stuff like that. I bet sickness has gone through the roof. Sickness in the prison service, long-term sickness, is all-time high. You know, look at recruitment. We're not looking at recruitment. We're just putting bums on seats. I've discussed this. I'm not going to go over that topic again. Let's see what changes, though. But here's the thing. That lad, nothing's going to happen to him. Yeah? He'll have a bit of kudos within the prison system. You know, banged to rights, pun intended. But he's not going to get no hard time, pun intended, is he? Let me tell you now, on the whole, what happens in prison stays in prison. Yeah, that's got out, it's gone viral. But people are being badly assaulted, that's prisoners and staff. Scarred for life, striped, bam, ear to throat. Prison officer, a female prison officer, fearing for her life, running away from a prisoner with a piece of broken coffee jar, stabbing her in the back. What did he get for that? He got nothing. In prison, it doesn't matter. There's no punishment for crime. What's going to happen to that lass? Eh? What do you really think? Lewd conduct in a public office? Like I say, if you want to promote yourself, why do it in prison? A family have spoke out. Why do it in prison? It's caused a lot of people a lot of pain, that video. Staff, morale, can't get any lower. No real response, is there? No support of prison officers who are trying to do a good job. Still no lads and lasses in the job. Struggle. A lot of them are getting out. Some, you know, maybe 5 years to go to get a pension, hanging on in there. Not good for their head. I've told them all. Absolutely destroying people, that job. Long-term sick, no support. government, prison service, unions, nobody supported prison staff. They've let the job go right down the pan, and then you see people on TV talking about it as though nobody saw it coming. But you know, it's okay, because we're going to let people out, aren't we? The new government, just as bad as the old government. Prime Minister Richie Rich passed on to Sir Keir Starmer the baton. Yeah, I've started a rot, you carry on, you're on the final leg. 40% we're going to let people out, 40% of the sentences instead of 50%. We're going to let them out early. So if they got 8 years, 10 years, they're going to be serving less time. They were already serving half, now they're serving less. It's not about risk though, is it? It's not low risk. All them lads and lasses locked up for sort of petty drug offences, or maybe using your fists in a fight, not a knife in a fight, because you're not going to prison for that, are you? Or a golf club, or an axe. No, you're not. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. People who committed the worst crimes en masse in a group against children are going to be getting out earlier than they were. Them sort of people, if they get 10 years, they need to be serving 10 years, and they need to be on a parole sentence. And if they haven't changed, which they don't, they never do. Interesting email from a guy. Find it out and read that to you about these types of people, them that commit crimes against children and women of the worst sort. No reforming them. They're going to be getting out early, just the same as everyone else. It's an absolute state. Wandsworth has highlighted a lot of things. Victims of crime now, holiday camp. Yeah, people in the job, nowhere to go. No one's going to support you. When I was in the job, you know, it was looked at pretty much that you're a scumbag if you're an officer. All prison officers are scumbags. You know, people use the tar and brush everyone the same. There were prisoners who used to say that. If we tarred all prisoners the same, you know, them that commit crimes against children, and said everyone were as bad as that, they wouldn't like it. There's some good people in that job, not many left, not many good managers. It's gone right down a pan. Wandsworth has blown it up. Let's see whether there's anything gets done about it. Maybe a public inquiry into Wandsworth. How it happened. Looking at recruitment, vetting, mobile phones and the like. It ain't no holiday camp though, believe me. Prison is a shite place. It's a shite place to work, and has been for a good decade. And it's not a good place to live. It's created a false impression. For every lad like that who gets a bit on side, and there will be others, there'll be 100 lads in the cell, dark, depressed, in there when they're alternatives, but locked up by some power-hungry judge who'll then make a decision later down the line and let someone who has destroyed a child's life walk free, because that happens as well. Just going to leave it there, guys. HMP Wandsworth. Let's have a public investigation into prisons. Let's give Mr. Timson some tasks. Yeah, let's try and improve the system. Just going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for your continued support. God bless you all. Prison officers who are struggling every day. Everybody, thanks for coming. I'll sit there.
In the shadows they reside, secrets etched in stone, echoes of forgotten cries, behind these walls alone.